Good morning, gang. It's Sucha here, Primal Yogi, and I'm coming at you from Big Bear. This is a partial work trip slash I made it into a weekend getaway with my doggo and my mom, and so we got a space to stay for the night, and it is total cabin vibes. I'm enjoying a cold brew with some raw cream in here, packed it myself. That's the way to go. But I wanted to take you through a what I eat in a week. I've done a what I eat in a day, and honestly it hasn't changed too much, but I wanted to take you through a what I eat in a week, because although I eat pretty primal, wow, the birds. Although I eat pretty primal, and although many days I'm almost like borderline pretty carnivore, I do experience other foods outside. I am a foodie. I just appreciate all the food experiences. I love making food in different ways if I have access. So that's anything from grilling, smoking stuff, to literally using an electric stove, a gas stove, just all of the variety. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you could see this, but there's a blue jay right above me. Wow. And I want to take you through it, because although I do travel here and there, but I also love my grounding time. And then even while traveling, I like to bring a lot of my staple foods and drinks, because that's what makes me so happy. That's what brings me peace for my digestion, everything. Yesterday, my mom and I did fast pretty much throughout the day because it was a long day of driving. And then we stopped by a restaurant that is absolutely phenomenal. It carries the beef from the ranch that I work with, Regenerative Grass-fed finished, but I also kind of wanted to get out of my comfort zone and try something that I loved growing up, which was their chicken strips, buffalo style. So I haven't done any like spicy food. I don't even use black pepper in my cooking, pretty much only salt. So that buffalo chicken literally did a number on me, and I think that's why I was struggling on the struggle bus to sleep last night, because I was pretty much feeling my stomach churning, my entire body was overheating, and I was using the restroom for like a hot minute. So I learned my lesson there, but buffalo chicken was so worth it, and obviously it's going to affect me a little bit differently. You know, in Ayurveda, my dosha is Pitta, so definitely like those really heating spicy foods are already going to overheat me because I run hot. But on top of that, when I went through the full-on elimination carnivore diet last year, I completely took out spices like black pepper and anything spicy, so that's really occasional for me. So having the buffalo chicken that was just like super intense, yeah, like I was like anticipating that, but it was definitely more intense on my system than expected. So lesson learned. The good news is my digestion and my stomach is completely cleared. It's about 8 a.m. right now here. I'm actually gonna do just a little bit of work, but I'm gonna sit outside and just enjoy coffee, and then we are gonna probably find a trail before we head out. It was just a quick weekend trip here, and I'll take you through also the next few days of what I'm eating. So enjoy that, and welcome to my channel if you are new here. Morning walk time, and then both Duke and I are gonna eat some beef. All right, Dukas and I are back from our walk. He peed, he pooped, he did his business just like I did. And then I cooked up my first meal of the day. It's like 11:30 right now. We got a little bit of a later checkout, which was nice. And I'm gonna show you all the ingredients. This is like my go-to meal, pretty much what I'm gonna be having most of the time, but still showing you the primal foodie take on my animal-based carnivore version of eating. So here we have grass-fed finished beef, literally just cooked up in a little bit of ghee. I have some organ supplements sprinkled through. I just can't take the capsules. I may be allergic to like what the actual organs are encapsulated in. So that's like the same with a magnesium supplement I've tried in many others. And then I have raw honey. So I just sprinkle it through, so it does have a little bit of an organy, gamey taste. Not even really gamey, just like if you know what organs taste like. And then this view is great. And Duke already ate. So Duke ate just raw ground beef too. pit stop in Riverside so that Dukas could get some water because he was so thirsty. It's literally like more than 100 degrees here. I got a cappuccino. Yes, it's hot, but I can't do a cold brew or anything iced because it will literally make me feel cracked out. So I love cappuccinos because the flavor is great for the espresso because it's foamy milk, so it doesn't mix up with the espresso. You can still taste it, and then the milk is all foam. Whole milk, of course. I am getting hungry actually, so we have about an hour until we go home, and then I'm gonna get some meat in my belly. Right, Duke? We're both gonna get meats in our bellies, right? Back from Big Bear. Actually, we got back a few hours ago, and then as much as I love ground beef, I was craving like lamb and fatty steak. So I headed to the grocery store, and then I joined my mom for a virtual meditation class, and Duke was doing it with us. I'll include a picture right here. It was so cute. And what I got at the store, I'm gonna show you right now, and I'm so excited for this nourishing meal. So this is grass-fed halal pieces of lamb, and I slow cooked this, but I'm about to sear it on the stove, and this is a piece of bone marrow. It's actually face down because the bone marrow makes a really nice butter. So I'm gonna put pieces of lamb on here and then scoop out the marrow for it too. Ooh, yeah, this is what we're working with. So you can already see some bits of the lamb are really nicely seared, super juicy. Flipped over the bone marrow because there's let's wipe this off, a decent amount of marrow butter on the stove. Definitely gonna eat this with my hands because as you can see, the lamb has little bits of bone still in there, but super juicy pieces. I'm just craving all the fat and juicy yumminess. We'll see how much this fills me up. I definitely have more meat I can make afterwards, but this seems like a freaking primal feast right now. Oh yeah. Dinner is served. I'm freaking starving because we had an early breakfast brunch today, meaning like 11. That's pretty early for me. It's like 7:30 right now, so ooh, let's get it. So I was still a little bit more hungry, so just made a little bit ground beef, and then I put that bone marrow from there on top, sprinkled it with some salt, and this should be my feast for the day. I'm gonna be really content after this. I am doing a nightcap. Every time I'm nearing my moon, I am craving some cacao. So this is my go-to brand, Honey Mama's, and I choose the flavors without any like almonds. This one does have coconut, so technically that's a nut, but I'm just gonna have one piece. It is so nourishing and satiating and super clean. Look at those ingredients. I also like the mint flavor a lot and the lavender rose, and they also have a ginger cardamom, but that one's pretty intense. So yesterday was Sunday. We came back from Big Bear. Today is Monday. Duke and I are having a Laguna beach day. So you guys, this what I eat in a week, I'm actually being like way more out and about. So I'll probably have to do a what I eat in a day when I'm actually situated at home. But this is real life. You're gonna see me eating out and doing all the things. But you know, we're still gonna keep it animal based. We're still gonna keep it primal. And I'm gonna show you all of that. Right now, we're gonna go grab a coffee at my favorite coffee shop here in, I almost said San Diego, in Laguna Beach. And then a few other fun surprises. Okay, so we got acai bowls split here with papaya, coconut milk base, kiwi, banana, strawberry, bee pollen, honey, coconut, blueberry, all the island vibes today. Finally getting some meat in my belly, plus a bunch of other stuff. This is like not a usual for me, but we're at Cava. It's like the Mediterranean Chipotle. There's beef meatballs and then braised lamb. It's Tuesday. Pretty much yesterday was like a really different eating day for me. I'm not gonna call it off day. I'm not gonna call it a cheat day, but definitely like I haven't had one of those days where I eat out twice, and then also I'm definitely probably not getting anywhere close to the amount of protein I need. But I started the day off with a bonsai bowl and then had a kava bowl where I did have a little bit of rice and a little bit of veggies, mostly fermented, and then some like yogurt dip and sauce. But there at Kava, it's easy to get excited about all the dips and sauces, but then their meat is delicious. Definitely probably uses some oils, but delicious nevertheless. And if you are doing like a fast food or grab and go option and you like Mediterranean, and if you are kind of into the Chipotle vibe, you would love Cava. They definitely have a few locations around Southern California, so you can just look up CAVA for Cava. But that was also at an odd time because it was like really late afternoon, so I definitely didn't feel super hungry. But when I got home, I did have a little bit left over of that Honey Mama's bar. Then I finished it. I finished the Honey Mama's, and then I also had a bowl of yogurt and then added just a teeny bit of honey. So that was actually really satiating. I felt like my body needed those calcium and the minerals from the yogurt, and just with all of the other food, the probiotics are great. You know, yogurt does have a decent amount of protein and some fat because it's the creamy top that I got, so definitely great, satiating. As much as I love meat, I've just noticed time and time again, especially in the summer when it's hotter, that if I have meat super late at night, I just don't sleep the best. So I'm being a little bit more intentional as far as not eating any meat after 8 p.m. And I know everyone's different about this. I used to be so scared of eating at night for more of like weight loss purposes, but now it's more so just like realizing that your body does take extra energy to break down meat, which is amazing because when you have it throughout the day, then you're able to like just have a really great digestion. But then at night is just not optimal for me because I'm trying to sleep early as well. All right, so what the day is looking like today is that I'm currently in Dana Point. It's also a very different day because I never eat this early, but I'm meeting my dearest sister Perla at Mason Cafe in Dana Point. It's one of her favorite spots. I've been here randomly like probably more than a year ago, but I don't really remember much in the menu. I think I got like the steak and eggs or something like that. So we'll see what's up here. I'm gonna get something a little bit exciting, but also pretty animal based as well to get that protein in. Probably gonna stay as low carb as possible because yesterday was kind of like carb overload for me, and I definitely felt it with the sun fatigue, but I did feel like my body was using that energy. And then I'll let you know how the rest of the day goes, but you'll get to kind of see what's up with this restaurant.
Which is like kind of like an appetizer situation.
Yeah.
And then I've had the salmon. I might get salmon. It's between the salmon for me or the bowl, the hash bowl.
I saw that. That looks amazing. Okay. So finished up brunch and headed to the Ecology Center to meet Perla there as well. I set the intention to be really animal based, but honestly, yeah, I'm a foodie. I think I'm feeling it because I'm just working through a lot, so it might be partially some stress eating, might partially be some cravings. I'm about to get my period as well, and I usually am really more into carbs at that time too, so there's a lot of different factors here. But I did get a chocolate croissant, I did get a cold brew that I'm slowly still sipping on, and then I got an incredible dish. It was cured salmon with labna, and then I got a extra side of their homemade sausage that's pork based here at the cafe, and then there was some buttered sourdough bread that was delicious, and I actually did eat quite a bit of it, dipped in the labna, which is like this Mediterranean yogurt. I love it. So I'm feeling, and it's also early for me, but I'm feeling like after I volunteer, I want to get in a killer workout so I can really put this energy to use and then end the day with a yum steak. I'm feeling pretty good and delighted. It's really all about mindset too, but I feel like I had to do a lot of work to get myself to this point because I go through ebbs and waves. Like doing the really disciplined, strict way of eating helps me so much with mental health, but it actually allows me to have these days where I almost feel like I'm on vacation or on retreat to really enjoy things without stressing so much because my body is feeling set in its regulated metabolism and the way it flows. It'll definitely talk to me if I'm eating like gluten like I did today, or a lot of sugar like the acai bowl yesterday, or not getting the regular amount of protein. I feel different, but I'm feeling peaceful, and then the people I'm enjoying these meals with are so nourishing, so that's also a big factor into play. So I'm back home. I'm pretty freaking like fatigued from the sun. Even yesterday out in the sun all day, I was looking at the temperature while driving and it literally said 95 degrees. Even little Dukas, like he's just going in his crate by himself just because it's way cooler in there. Isn't it hot, buddy? Yeah, this is his like place to cool down, so he likes being in his crate. Even though I had quite a few carbs yesterday and this morning, I feel like because I'm about to get my period and the fatigue of the sun, my body's just working through it. So I feel like that's what I talk about, natural carb cycling, because we work in seasons and summer is like longer days. You're consistently sweating and moving and fatiguing throughout the day, and we naturally have more fruits and more carb vibrant foods growing. I think that is the time to replenish more, and then in the winter when we're not exerting as much energy, we don't need those as much. Long freaking day. I am at my mom's house. I'm in the backyard because she's taking a meeting inside. I just got back from the gym. The funniest thing, I go to this LA Fitness, and 2 times this has happened over the span of like a year and a half, but 2 different trainers have walked up to me and asked me to like either give me tips or a personal training session or whatever. And to both people, they either asked, like the first guy had asked, what are you training for? Are you trying to grow your like glutes or your arms or whatever? And then the second guy today asked me, he's like, oh, I see you're doing pull-ups, or you're training for a competition, blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to like talk about form and different things. And to both, I was like, I'm here for my mental health. And their face just goes blank. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, I literally don't need help with anything. I'm just here for my mental health. I'm not trying to focus on any of that stuff. Like, literally did not know how to respond, because I'm like just truly at a place where I'm like, I'm just trying to fucking heal. Anyways, brunch today was pretty early actually. Like, we finished eating by 10 a.m. and it's now close to 8 p.m. So I'm fucking hungry. The only thing I had in between was a kombucha actually. So it's been a solid, like, decent fast. I usually would have eaten earlier, but I really wanted to get a workout in. Did kind of full body, but mostly like pull exercises, pull-ups, halos with a kettlebell. I used the rope where you can kind of drag it. Not all gyms have that. And then weighted walking lunges and some Bulgarian split squats, a lot of stretching and mobility, just all the driving. And then I haven't really been working out as much as of late, so my neck has been feeling crunchy and sore, and I directly noticed that how much I hang and how much I just move my body has a direct correlation to the pain that I get and have and the stiffness. So I'm so grateful that I got to do that. I did grab some bone-in ribeyes the other day that are grass-fed and halal, so I'm gonna grill one of those up the moment that my mom is done with her meeting. Yeah, that's gonna be my what I eat in a day. It's gonna be a big old steak. And then like today I definitely really just ate out of the ordinary, and yesterday. So I think like I'm just setting the intention for the next few days, few weeks honestly, to just really get on my animal-based carnivore flow, because it really helps me in my mental sanity, and I'm really working through a lot. Possibly might be putting out a video actually talking about life transitions, so if I do that, it will be out by this time. By the time you're watching this video, I would have already released it. So food keeps me sane, and that's why I'm really showing you what I eat in a week, because you kind of catch yourself. Sometimes you'll have like a few days where it's just like eating off, and then your body and your mind signals you, especially when you've done this way of eating for a while, and it's like, all right, reel it back in and get back to your baseline. And so I'm really feeling called to my baseline, and that starts with tonight, this evening, my big old ribeye steak I'm gonna treat myself with, but also it's like literally gonna nourish the fuck out of me. All right, so here we got this beautifully seared halal grass-fed ribeye. It's been a minute since I've had a steak or made a steak, and this felt so good to just make, and I'm hungry. So what I did for this, I had the meat. I got a bone-in ribeye, so we got the bone, and that's for Dukas to chew on later. And then I get the stove super, super hot, and then I put it on each side for a few minutes while it's super hot, so it gets that super nice crisp. And then we'll cut it open to see, you know, if it's kind of medium rare on the inside, if it made it. It's not the thickest cut, but I feel like it's gonna be yum yum. Hey guys, I'm actually editing this What I Eat in a Week video as I'm speaking right now to you, and I'm realizing that the video is just getting super long, so I'm gonna make a part 2. So this was part 1, and I hope you enjoyed. Please give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it so I can make more content for you. And yeah, sometimes, you know, you live the animal-based life, you're doing all the discipline stuff, you're staying on your path, but then you also just have these other opportunities, temptations, and you're just trying to live in the society and world where not everyone eats this way. And so there's so much validity and importance in sticking to that regimen, or I like to just call disciplined lifestyle, which is actually what gives you more freedom. But then sometimes you give in and then you do all of the other things and you're building a metabolism and you're healing your body so that it's able to kind of do both and coexist in this reality, but also live in a way that feels good for you. So coming up is part 2, so stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much.